made him more mad. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executeth his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Earlier we had talked about how he didn't kill everybody that the Lord wanted him to. He didn't destroy everything that the Lord wanted him to destroy. He had listened to the people. And therefore the Lord had done this thing unto thee this day. Verse 19. Moreover, the Lord shall deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow thou and thy sons be with me. And the Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hands of the Philistines. So basically he says, Samuel, by tomorrow you and your sons are going to be with me in the grave. Like, you guys are going to be dead, and the kingdom will be David's. And Saul fell straight away all along the earth and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel. And he was afraid because the Spirit of the Lord wasn't with him. He probably didn't know where he was going to go when he did die. And he was just really scared that he knew that him and his sons were going to die. And he didn't eat, and he refused to do anything. The servants made him eat, and then they went back to his kingdom. And verse 25, and she brought it before Saul and before his servants, and they did eat and rose up and went away that night. So they left. And in chapter 29, it talks about David kind of being the warrior in the battles. David avenges the destruction of a certain province in Israel. And then in chapter 31, the prophecy came true. The prophecy of Samuel that was called up, the death of Saul. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, verse 1, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines and fell down in the Mount Gilboa. And how Saul dies, basically, it says, Then Saul said unto his armor bearer, the battle was sore, verse 3, the battle was sore against Saul, and the archers hit him, and he was sore wounded of the archers. Then Saul said unto his armor bearer, Draw thy sword, and thrust me therewith, lest thy uncircumcised come and thrust me through, and abuse me. So he wanted his right-hand man to kill him, because he didn't want to be mocked or be led into the enemy's camp, basically. He wanted to die, and his armor bearer wouldn't do it, so he put a sword on the ground and he fell upon it and killed himself, basically. And then his armor bearer did the same exact thing. He fell likewise upon his sword and died with him. And that was the end of Saul. And David and then Samuel, actually the second book of Samuel doesn't talk anything about Samuel. It talks about David's reign and David becoming king. But just all that turn of events that happened was, you think that, wow, why did God allow this to happen? And there was all for a purpose, and it was all just to build David's character. It was all to help David. It was all in the plan of the Lord that everything happened.